Now, Canada is famous for a lot of things, and we've been on the road here now for 4 weeks travelling in our British camper van, and we've decided it's time we started living like the locals. So here's our guide to becoming a Canadian. Now, first things first, you got to learn to clear plenty of snow.
You need to get your daily dose of maple syrup and your daily dose of Canadian Tire.
Now, it's not all about the protein here, it's about the poutine.
If you're old enough to walk, you're old enough to skate.
And winter doesn't stop the fun.
Well, welcome back everybody. Now you know how we like to keep this vlog fresh. Well, last week our beautiful park up was a Canadian Tire, and this week hasn't disappointed. Home Depot.
But as it turns out, it's a good job we did park here last night, because when we went to get that shovel out this morning, the locks on the belly lockers were frozen solid. So we need to make ourselves a little purchase.
Now, believe it or not, when we did buy them tools last time, I exercised some restraint and I didn't buy the heat gun because I thought the hairdryer that I made would do the job. Lesson learned, always buy the tools. And that being said, I might as well pick up the blower as well.
And that will be his second battery-operated heat gun. God knows how many corded ones he's got. And his fourth, yes, that's right, his fourth leaf blower. And he says he's been exercising restraint.
Well, I think it's a good way to start the day.
And where exactly are you planning on storing that monster?
Look at that beauty! No more brushing off snow anyway.
And this is after, I'll add, that he had a go at me yesterday for taking up too much room in the garage with the 2 boxes of tea bags I'd brought with me. Now, as most of you already know, we've been through 3 provinces so far in Canada. We shipped into Halifax and explored around Nova Scotia. And then last week we checked out Prince Edward Island and New Brunswick. And this week we're in our 4th province, which is Quebec. And our 1st province where the official language is French. And when we say they speak French, it's not a token gesture, because all the parking machines, the signs, and just about everything else is written in French.
Now, I know you're probably thinking, what's the big deal? We're in a French-speaking, is it state? Province. So why wouldn't they speak French? But it's just weird. It's almost like being back in Europe, where you cross that border and the language change. And I would say, I think being in France, you probably get away with less French than you do here, eh? Like, because when you fill up with fuel in France, it comes up in English on the machine.
Yeah, when you put your card in.
Whereas here, it doesn't even do that for you. So we've been having to perfect our...
Excusez-moi, parlez-vous anglais, s'il vous plaît?
Perfect.
So our first stop on our Quebec City tour is the Plains of Abraham, which is a beautiful park right in the heart of Old Town Quebec. But it does have a bit of a sombre story to tell too, because this is the battlefield where the French lost the war to the British and the British took control of Canada. Now, like all old cities, there's lots of interesting historical attractions here, but I think Quebec wins the most fun historical attraction I've ever been to anywhere in the world. And it is this toboggan run behind me here. It's been here since 1884. So I think we best give that a go.
Now, this is meant to do 70 kilometres an hour. So let's see if we can get it going quicker. Before we go down, I think we need to speak a bit of German, don't we? The good old 1, 2, 3. Let's push it down some ice.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, ready? Do we count down or does it just go? Oh, it just goes. Oh, no. Oh, here we go. Oh, Lordy. Oh my goodness! Oh, that's a blast. Does it feel like it's going to stop? Like, oh, let's do that again. What a blast. That was proper fast.
I think it was a bit slow, actually.
A bit slow? No way.
Tweak her up a bit. Get them to push us down.
But if you do want to come here, it is really reasonably priced. It was $15 for 4 tickets on it. So what's that, about $3.75 a go. Can't beat it. And also, check out this view. What a beauty.
You beat them Australia?
I am, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Ready? Woohoo! Whoa! Bit of sideways action. Woo!
Oh my god, it is fast.
That is fast when you get to the
That was faster that time.
I ate another cake on the way up, I reckon. Oh god, that's so much fun. Oh, good. Thank you.
That's it.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Bye. Now, right at the bottom of the toboggan is this amazing hotel, Chateau Frontenac, and it is the most photographed hotel in the world. It's where the royals stay when they come to Quebec, and is where they planned the D-Day landings.
Now, I suppose everybody's got their different reasons for travelling, but for me, my favourite thing about it is that when you speak to somebody and they say they live in Quebec, or that comes up on this TV programme about Quebec, you can imagine the place basically in your head, can't you?
I think it gives you an idea of who someone is as well when you know where they're from.
But the only thing is I struggle with is I never remember the place, if you know what I mean. So I always have to say to Jess, which one was Quebec? And she normally says to me, you know, remember that one where you got that Milwaukee heat gun? I'll be like, oh yeah, I remember now.
Yeah, not remember that beautiful building or that lovely meal we had. No, remember where you got the tool.
That beautiful home base. Home base?
Home Depot.
The sky is so pretty right now. I wonder if your pretty eyes see it.
Well, Quebec wins the award for the most amazing murals I've ever seen. Look at the detail in this.
I wonder if
Absolutely unbelievable.
in a couple weeks I could drive away and you could find another victim. It's not your fault I feel this way, senseless with no direction.
Now, as you'd expect, I've built myself a big old bucket list of all the food I want to try travelling across Canada. And one of them you've told me a lot about is poutine. So I brought us to Poutineville to try it, because despite it being famous across all of Canada, Quebec is supposed to be where it's from. Bonjour. Feel free to get a regular Quebec and a regular Canada. Thank you. That looks amazing. Thank you. Now, traditionally, poutine is fries, cheese curds, and gravy. But we've gone for the jazzy version. So we've got the Canada and the Quebec. They've got mac and cheese in them, bacon bits, smoked meat, a fried egg, fried onions, all kinds of bits. Looks like proper homey comfort food. Get me nice and warm. Oh, that is proper.
We haven't had it for a while, have we?
Oh my God.
I think that's a hash brown. Called a hash brown.
A deep fried triangle of mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Oh
Mac
yeah.
and cheese. Thank you very much. Well, that was absolutely delicious, but super sickening. They even put maple syrup in the gravy. Well, Quebec City is like nowhere we've been in Canada so far, and I'm loving how different all the provinces feel from each other. So on the note of things being a little bit different, I found us a nighttime activity with a twist.
Now, remember when I told you a couple of weeks ago that my best Christmas present ever was a pair of K2 rollerblades? Well, we've gone the Canadian edition. K2 ice skates. And we got Jess a pair too. Little beauties.
Well, I know they might look brand new, but they're actually second-hand off of good old Facebook Marketplace. Now, I've never owned a pair of roller skates, let alone ice skates, but now I'm in the cool K2 club. So I've got myself all togged up, I'm wearing so many layers, and we are off to an ice skating disco.
Well, it's Friday night. Now let me show you this raving disco.
Now, admittedly, it's been a little while since I've been to a disco, but I seem to remember them being a bit busier than this. But at least I didn't have to worry about all my mates laughing at my sick skating.
Well, we have movement.
Look at this, look. I'm certainly no Torval and Dean yet, but we're getting there.
Look how busy it is and all.
I know, no more Billy No Mates.
We must be the hardcore ones.
Yeah, definitely that's what it is.
Here
yeah.
first, leave last. I've got a special trick that I can show you.
Oh God. Am I going to end up playing nurse again?
Are you ready for this one? Now for this special trick, I need a bit of speed up first.
That fills me with confidence. Oh my God, look at him go. Why is it that men seem to have so much less fear as well? I think it's why women live longer, to be fair. Oh God, I can't help but be nervous when he does stuff like this. Here he goes. Oh.
Now I call this the double flip.
You idiot. Well, that's better than what I thought you were going to try and attempt. Are you ready to see my new trick? This is how I stop. Woo! So graceful. Now, unbelievably, this is free. Admittedly, we brought our skates with us, but you can hire them here for a small fee. And a top tip for you, if you do come over, is loads of the libraries let you hire skates for free and even snowshoes too. But we want to do it all across the country. And one of the places we want to do it, they charge you $40 just for a couple of hours. So these only cost us $70. So we only have to use them a couple of times and they've paid for themselves. Well, it's 2.5 hours later and I feel a lot less like Bambi on ice. But I thought I'd steal some of John's thunder and give you a little rhyme. So whilst ice skating is lots of fun, my little legs are just about done.
So how does it feel to be part of the K2 Club, Joy?
Feel pretty cool, apart from my Simon Cowell pants. Is everyone liking this look this morning?
Shall we tell the people what hairs you were just plucking then?
We should definitely not tell the people what hairs I was just plucking then.
Well, it's a beautiful day and we've had a bit of snow last night, so you know what that means. It's time to bust out my new secret weapon.
Or the blower you saw him by yesterday.
She's a beauty!
Where's that been all our life, eh, boy?
I don't know what people used to do without them. But in all seriousness, one of the reasons why we did get this is because we've learnt that if you leave snow on the vehicle for like a day or two, it then just turns to ice, which isn't so bad on the front, but the worst is the solar panels. So with this, makes it nice and easy.
Go on then, up you go, up you go.
So like on the top here, on the old solar, beautiful. Well, it's been a while, but I think we all know what this is, don't we? Say it, Jess, say it.
Go on then, what is it?
It's a brilliant bit of kit for the workshop / camper van.
Well, now that John's had his fun for this morning, it's my turn. Quebec is famous for its food, so I'm taking us off for a traditional Canadian brunch.
I think we've got a bit of an issue.
Why?
I've just been checking my phone.
Yeah.
So when we was in Home Depot, they had a second blower that had 2 batteries.
You actually had me worried.
With the 2 batteries on it, it means you get an extra 40 kilometres an hour speed. I'm thinking I made a bit of a mistake.
I think that what you've got's more than adequate.
Might have to get another.
Oh my God. Take me to brunch. Now, as we've mentioned, Quebec is a French-speaking province, and I have tried to learn some French before, but it wasn't very successful because my pronunciation is terrible, and I really struggle with it because there's lots of silent letters and sound rules that change in different situations. But I've set myself a goal for this year to try and improve my French, and we're lucky to partner with Rosetta Stone to help me with this. Rosetta Stone is an interactive language learning app, and it uses pictures, audio, writing and interactive activities, and I've already learned more words, sentences and useful phrases than any other time I've tried to learn French. Like basic greetings, bonjour. I can ask what things are, qu'est-ce que c'est?
C'est du lait.
And I not only know the words for lots of foods and activities, but can use them in simple sentences. J'ai commandé et déjeuné canadien. The voice recognition in the app matches your pronunciation with local speakers, so people can actually understand you. Not something I've been very successful before with French. Normally, they just look at me, tilt their head to one side and go, Anglais?
Le ciel est bleu.
Le ciel est bleu. By using our link in the description or in the pinned comment, you'll get more than 60% off the lifetime offer until the end of January, which allows you to learn the 25 different languages in the app for life.
I need to sleep now.
I'm in a proper food coma.
I think that was the weirdest food I've ever had. It beats poutine for the weirdest food, because you'd go through like your bacon and your sausage, and then maybe dip into a little bit of a pineapple maybe, and then go back to your eggs, and then maybe have a bit of orange, and then your pancake. But I have to say, probably the best food we've had for a long time. Eh?
Even though it sounds proper weird, it was.
No, it doesn't sound weird. It is weird.
It's so weird. It's good. Oh.
Now I've brought us somewhere really special, haven't I, Jess?
You brought us somewhere. I bet you don't even. What's the name of this place?
The Ice Hotel. Am I wrong?
The Cartier Ice Hotel, the only one in North America.
Now we went to the one in, where was it?
Kiruna in Sweden.
In Sweden. That was brilliant, but I don't think they're ever the same, are they? So
no, because they have to rebuild them every year. So
let's see.
I dare you to lick the wall and see if your tongue gets stuck.
I told you, Jess. This is 2025, the mature year of me.
Shall I do it? Come on then.
No. Just hold it on there. Hold it there. But I don't think you can do it on there. No.
It didn't go.
It needs to be metal. Do it on that telegraph pole there.
No, thank you.
I was thinking the last time we did do this though, it was like -20, I think.
Yeah, it was.
And it was blowing a gale that day as well. But that was the day we saw the old sundogs as well.
Yeah, well, actually, found out they weren't called sundogs. They were something else, but they were like these luminescent clouds. I've got a clip in for you now. I've never seen anything like it in my life.
But it's a bit more pleasant doing it in, was it today, -4? So
yeah, and so sunny and beautiful.
Beautiful day.
Well, welcome to my First Nations people's traditional home. Would you like to warm your hands by the beautiful fire? Or could I make you a nice meal in my mortar and pestle or with my woven basket? Or can I even tempt you to a traditional textile? Or even on this side, would you like to use my beautiful snowshoes? Amazing. Bonjour, parlez-vous anglais, s'il vous plaît? May I please have a virgin on the ice? Thank you. Well, I can't quite believe that I have just paid $6 for that much fruit juice. But how often is it that you get to have a drink in a cup of pure ice that's so pretty?
Drink it, look.
Like this. Can't quite reach the hole.
You're not meant to say that when you get a virgin on the ice.
It's kind of turning into a slushy on the top. I don't think you're supposed to lick it like that.
Again, I don't think you're meant to say that when it's a virgin on the ice.
But I do think it's the first and last time I'll probably ever share a drink with an eagle. Cheers. Feels a bit criminal. Kind of want to keep it as a memento, but I doubt they're going to put it in the dishwasher.
Now, we were just debating how they do them glasses, and I think by the looks of it, what they do is they get the ice cube, and then they'll just get a pillar drill, and then it looks like a spade drill bit, and then they just drill that straight into the ice.
These absolutely blow my mind, right? So with this statue, they've not only built her body up out of snow, but then all around her is framed with this like beautiful clear ice. And then they've even hidden a light inside her lantern so it glows. Unreal. And it seems the Canadians are as safety conscious as the Swedish.
I think I've seen that once or twice before. I mean,
oh my
twice
God.
before.
Here we go.
Freeze don't go, Jess. Freeze don't go.
Well, forget stained glass windows. What about stained ice windows?
I reckon that would be ice and easy to do, that would be.
How many more have you got?
One more.
One more. Go on then.
When Santa Claus come at Christmas, was you on the naughty list or the ice list?
We all know I'm ice, ice, baby.
Now, it was well worth the second visit anyway.
It definitely was, yeah. I'd say it's different to the one in Kiruna.
They've all got their pros and cons, haven't they?
Oh, Jesus. I'd say this one's a little bit smaller. They build this in stages, but I think they've probably got a shorter season that it lasts here as well, because that one is well above the Arctic Circle line in Sweden.
We saw a bloke in there actually doing it with all his tools, chainsaw, and almost like plastering tools it looked like. But Jess made a good point. He said it's almost like you building a camper van over winter and then have it freeze.
Melt over the summer, and you've got to do it again every year. But it would be such a fun place to come with a family as well, because obviously they've got that ice hotel, but they've got a proper hotel here too with heated rooms, and then they've got like an ice park with tubing. There's an ice skating thing, and there's even like an indoor water park as well. Yeah. So it'd be a proper fun little family.
We were considering going, but we're a bit too mature for that, aren't we?
After those jokes.
Well, from ice hotel to Sainsbury's van hotel to Canadian Tire hotel. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. You're probably thinking all we do is stay in shopping supermarket car parks.
Luxury life on the road.
But when it's winter, it doesn't really matter whether you're parked here or like the most amazing park up you ever get in your life, because the first thing we do is shut the blinds and that's it for the night, really.
And it's so private and it's so quiet in here. It almost would be wasted on wilderness spots. Don't get me wrong, it's lovely to open the blinds and see the scenes in the morning, but I think you're just as happy seeing a Canadian Tire, aren't you?
And also we're in a city as well. Like whenever you get cities, you can't really get like amazing park ups. To be honest, I think it's good over here for park ups.
So good. So if you don't know, over here and I think in the US, you can park at most Walmarts, loads of Home Depots let you stay, lots of just big car parks. It's brilliant, really. And we haven't seen another camper the whole time we've been here. Not even a German. You see German campers everywhere.
When we did the old Scandinavian trip, like we even see a few over there because we spoke to a few of them, Germans as well. But yeah, here I haven't seen one yet. So, and that's the thing. That's the best thing about traveling this time of year, because you could be parked in the best spot. Nobody bothers you because they think if they want to be in that camper, they're stupid enough to do it. Then let them do it.
Get on. Morning everybody, from the beautiful Montmorency Falls. Now these waterfalls are actually taller than Niagara Falls at 83 metres, but unfortunately this is as close as we can get today because you guessed it, the boardwalk's closed. Now we had a few comments last week about us travelling this time of year and things being closed, and please don't think we're moaning. We fully expect it, and in a lot of places it's absolutely necessary. Like here for example, the viewing platform right at the base of the waterfall is like Ice Mountain. It's like something out of Narnia, and it'd be completely unsafe for it to be open.
Now, whilst we would have enjoyed a lot of these places a bit more in the summer, there's a beauty to coming this time of the year. And a lot of the time it comes with some pros too. And some of them are the fact that then would have been $10 to go to each in the summer, whereas it was free then. And whilst that doesn't seem a lot, when we're traveling for say a year, and sometimes we'll do like 3 activities in a day, like it all mounts up.
Yeah. And I think one of my favourite things about travelling this time of year is you're very often the only person there, or there's only like a couple of other people there. So like when we went to Prince Edward Island, I can imagine it's amazing in summer, but like Thunder Cove Beach that we went to, where I had the failed dying jumper incident, that's one of the most popular beaches on the island, and we were the only people there.
But so I think ideally you'd want to see the place in both summer and winter, really, wouldn't you? Like one place,
and autumn and spring.
Yeah, one place that stands out is Grindelwald in Switzerland. We went there in the summer, absolutely amazing, but it's a winter place, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I'd love to see that in winter too.
And there's so many activities you can only do this time of year too. So we can't go ice skating in the summer, or skiing, or tobogganing. So you win and you lose, don't you?
Yeah.
Sweet like wine, got honey on her tongue. One hand on a bottle, she got one hand on a gun. She squeezed that.
And it seems like these that are some of the wins. We're in Jacques Cartier National Park today, and we practically got it to ourselves.
Cause my mother told me as a child, boy, don't play around with fire, cause you might just end up getting burned.
Now you may have noticed on the last few vlogs, the most wildlife we've got has been squirrels.
Yeah, I've seen so many different kinds as well.
Yeah, so we've seen the
American red squirrel.
And
I initially thought it was a chipmunk though, because they're so much smaller than British squirrels actually.
and the noise they make as well, like the chirping.
Also, I found this really cool thing on my phone, right?
Oh yeah, show the people.
Yeah, show the people. Just 2 seconds. So, this is a beauty little trick if you like me and not an animal encyclopedia. So I took this little picture of my wee little squirrel here. And then on your iPhone, down the bottom, there's that little paw print. So if you press on that, look, it tells you it's an American red squirrel. Nifty, eh? Which is also how we knew that this little black squirrel is indeed an, little press the button, eastern grey squirrel.
And you need to show them the old paw print thing too.
Yeah.
That's what I thought you were showing them.
Oh no, I just found this on Facebook. Hang on. Another moment, please, callers. So I'll pop this one up on the screen for you because it's too small for you to actually be able to see properly. But it shows me all the paw prints that animals make in the snow, because I was driving John bonkers the other day thinking I was old Mick Dundee, looking at all of the tracks everything he'd made in the snow and trying to guess what animals made them.
Yeah, because we'd see some like big footprints and we'd be like, that's definitely a moose. Turns out it was like a hare or something. So, well, surprise, surprise, we found another squirrel.
They're just so cute. Look at him, the little beady eyes. He's got a room with a view as well. It's nice ambiance at his restaurant.
He reminds me of you. How quick and as much as he's eating.
So I brought us for a lovely little picnic this afternoon, and on the menu we have snow, oh, and a bit more snow.
But I need to try this because somebody sent it to me on Instagram the other day. So
Oh,
let's see if it
lordy.
Well, it didn't really work.
What's that supposed to be? Your face print?
Yeah.
Sort of works.
I've just done another imprint on this one, and I Jess. If anyone's wondering what it is.
John, you can see your finger marks. Didn't really work. Not fooling anybody there.
Let's see if I can do this one. There.
Oh, for goodness sake. I can only apologise, everybody. We're going to have to blur this one out. Oh, God. Was the end bit really necessary?
This is where the English in me wants to mug these two of a snowmobile. Ride back on it. They heard us, look. They're us. Now, another app that is my absolute favourite and probably gets used the most is the old Google Translate app. And most of you probably know about it, but if you don't...
She's a beauty.
Yeah, like when we was buying them ice skates the other day, we was full on French, we was.
Oh, yeah. We were haggling all sorts.
We'd have like 20 messages back and forth, and all you do is you go on, you copy their message, you paste it in this Google Translate app, and then it will translate it into English.
Only problem is, when you then get there, you have to go, parlez-vous anglais, s'il vous plaît?
But another thing you can do with it as well is if you go on your phone and go on your camera, if you hover over the writing, it will then translate as well. So like when we get parking signs and menus as well, yeah.
And it also lets you, like you press a button, you talk into it, it will translate it and then talk it out for the other person.
Yeah.
And they can talk into it and translate for you that way. So you don't have to do so much of the old charades.
Yeah.
Now, we are absolutely loving Canada so far, and not just because of the friendly people, but one of my favourite things is how much cool stuff you can hire when you come places like this. So obviously they've got the fat bikes, they've got the kick sleds, the rapid kick sleds, and then inside there's skis you can hire, snowshoes, crampons, baby carriers, and even these like crazy kick sled kind of baby carrier things with seats in them and everything.
But we're going to leave you there for now. But before we go, I thought I'd give you a quick roundup of 4 weeks in Canada.
Indeed, we've not met a single grumpy person in 4 weeks, even being in a city. And I did think I'd met my first grumpy person the other day at the supermarket. Turned out she was just jealous of the food that I was putting on the conveyor belt.
But the scenery has been incredible. Even though things have been closed, it's been everything we've wanted it to be anyway.
Yeah, we've had an amazing time. And the weather's been very kind to us as well. So.
And just to ease you as well, ease your minds, because I know people might think it's quite hard to do travelling with your partner over such a long period.
In winter, in a 3.2 by 1.9 square box.
But just to let you know, the relationship is strong.
Get more than 60% off the lifetime offer. Is that what it says?
Yeah.
John, don't do that, you I'm so sick of you at the moment. You're so short-tempered, you're so impatient, and all you do is wind me off the clock. I'm so sick of it.
Yeah.
No.
Strong-ish.